Okay. This has gone long enough, I think. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with today's stream. Just make sure everything is working. What a morning, you guys. Oh my goodness. It's been one heck of a week. I apologize because no, my stream is not working. Yesterday it was working just fine in terms of I was doing a lot of testing streams. Like I did a lot of practice live streams, and it looked like everything was just fine. And I was recording and it was on YouTube. It seemed everything was okay. And also this morning when I just joined and I tried to go on live stream, it kept saying that my credentials were not being recognized on Streamlabs for some reason. And that's why I'm late. So I had to reset my computer, reset Streamlabs, and I'm like, this is lovely. This is my week. So I apologize for being late. But yeah, I did try. I really did try to be here on time. I was on here at 5. It's just technical difficulties suck. That's what it is. So I'm sorry I won't be streaming on YouTube. I'm sorry, I'm not streaming on Instagram at the moment. I did just post a update picture saying that I am live right now on Instagram. Via Instagram, and I told them I'm live right now, so if they want to join me, I gave them the link to my live stream here. So hopefully people will trickle in soon. But if not, it's okay because today's been a rough day. It's been a rough week. Okay, but before I get into it and tell you all my stories this week, I'm gonna go ahead and jump to welcoming you guys to session 30. Okay, so we are finally here, session 30. Wow, I never thought I would get to this number on YouTube. Our stream itinerary today includes greetings, conversation practice, questions, comments, concerns, and suggestions. Today's conversation practice is going to revolve around grammar, which we have covered the last 2 days. So today's just basically focusing on that language, the target language that we learned. Alrighty, so this week has been rough. I don't even remember if I complained to you guys already in the past, but yeah, this week has been really, really bad for me. It all started with Monday, you know, I kept noticing, I was like, oh, the moon maybe, or the weather, what's going on in California is going crazy. It was so hot on Monday, and I'm like, why? We're supposed to be in the winter. Is this global warming? Is this what's happening right now? With all the weather that's been happening, are we experiencing an early spring effect? Because a lot of people's allergies were being triggered. A lot of my colleagues were expressing that they had some feeling of pressure on their face. They felt like their medication that they normally take for allergies wasn't working that day, so they would feel tired than usual or not unwell. I was feeling a little bit off too, so I was kind of feeling like I'm not in my best performance this week, and that set it off for Monday, and from that point on it was just crazy. So yeah, let's say on Wednesday and Thursday were the worst for me because Wednesday, it was really heavy in terms of the fog in California, and because I was passing through Long Beach, which is closest to the ocean, the fog was very strong around that area. I missed my exit because the freeway was covered in fog, and I was just confused. I was kind of disoriented because when you live in an area that has so much fog, you can barely see, so you kind of have to drive with caution, you know? So I was late to work that day. And then yesterday was also bad too because I was trying to prepare for the rain. In terms of when it rains in California, it's like people forget how to drive. It's hilarious to me. Ridiculously hilarious. And I'm saying that sarcastically because all of a sudden people have to be they forgot how to drive properly, which is funny to me. Hi Hans. He's like, hello professor. Good morning. I hope you had a lot of rest. I did not sleep well last night, but I'll get to that in a moment. But anyways, yeah, yesterday was intense. I was trying to prepare to go to work early, and what happened was I had to refresh my phone of my location like several times, because I was concerned that my phone is old and laggy, so I might as well just turn off the location, right? So what I mean is, like, I left the application so I would let it like update on how much time it would take me to commute to my work to work yesterday, and my phone was acting really weird. I tried to click the work button, and I even tried to type in work, and it suddenly gave me a different address, but it was still in the area of LA, so I was like kind of not questioning it, you know? So the first one, I typed in work, and it said workforce industry or something in LA, and I'm like, okay. So I thought it was that. It wasn't until I started driving that I was looking at my map, and I was like, why does it say I'm gonna arrive at work at 1 in like 80 minutes? And I'm just like, okay, well, it could be justified because it is raining pretty hard, and I was just getting really concerned. And then I was checking the freeway, and I was like, why is this going to a different freeway? I'm like, this is weird. So that's kind of where my first instinct came in, and I looked at it, and I'm like, I looked at the map, and it said workforce somewhere in LA, and I'm just like, oh, well, good thing I checked, because I would have went to somewhere else. And then at a stoplight, I typed in the name of my school, and when I typed in the name of my school, I just trusted the fact that it would say blank elementary school. That's all I did. And I was like, okay, we're good to go. Because when I looked at the time, I was like, okay, this is the same distance from my house to this location. This must be the school. So I trusted it. I did not know that LA had multiple schools of the same name. So instead of being in like West LA, it's closest to Sunset Boulevard. Okay, so my school's close to Sunset Boulevard. So instead of being in that area, I was in Monterey Park, which is in East LA, and the school was the same name, and I was like, why? I didn't even question it, which is so I'm baffled with myself, because like that really shows that I'm I'm really horrible when it comes to directions, because when I was going in that area, I was thinking, oh yeah, we're also on a hill, like we go up a hill, right? So this must be another area, because I've been through one of the options of like going through the freeway on a different route, and I was like, oh, we're going through this path, so I trusted the process. So I went and I got there, and when I arrived there, I was like, what school is this? That's not my school. And I looked at my map, and my map was like, this is the school. And I was like, what? And then I realized I went to the wrong school. And then I checked my Google Maps again, and I typed in the right school this time, and I double checked it. And then they said it would take me an hour to commute from the school I went to, the wrong school I went to my actual work location. I was so pissed. I was so angry, because I was so proud that I was coming to work at least like 10 minutes earlier than I was supposed to. Like, it was probably the earliest that I would come to work, like 7:40 or something. And I was like, I'm so proud of myself. I came to work so early for once. And then it didn't happen. I came to work 1 hour late. And I informed my school, my supervisor, and my supervisor contacted the school, but they didn't tell the teacher that I was going to be late. So when I came in late, I think that my teacher was kind of like annoyed, because like I was late the day before because of the fog, and I explained to her that I missed my exit, so she understood why I was late. She's like, oh, okay, that happens. And then this day, I was late an hour, and I asked her, I was like, oh, did the office contact you and let you know I was going to be an hour late? She's like, no. She's like, what happened? And I said, I went to the other school where I did not know it had the same name. So I told her I was in Monterey Park, and she's like, no way, like you drove literally like an hour from there to here. So that morning, yesterday, I drove 2 hours from East LA to wherever LA I'm supposed to be, West LA, I don't know. But yeah, I was so angry. I was like, my 1 hour of pay was just gone just because of that stupid thing, and it's just like I'm just so angry about it. Yeah, so what I'm doing today is while I'm streaming, I'm gonna go ahead and update my Google Map and pray that it's just working fine today, because I don't want a repeat of that incident to happen, and I will triple check that we are going to the right location this time. So my anger for what happened yesterday is so palpable. If you guys are here, I'm just so angry about it. Another thing is that I have not been able to sleep these last few days. I got 4 hours of sleep the night before, so maybe like the lack of sleep also played into like my awareness of where I was going. And then last night as well, today, I only slept for 2 hours too. So I see Hans mentioned that he only had 2 hours of sleep because I assumed he was out dancing late last night. Because I know he asked me if I was gonna go dance yesterday, and I was like, no, I can't, because I finally finished grading. Look at this stack of paper I had to do yesterday, and you know what makes me go crazy is the fact that, oh my god, I was thinking I would be done in an hour or so. I was like, it's not that bad. It is not that bad. It was bad. It was horrible. This is how much paper I graded last night, and it took me 4 hours. I was like, what the hell? Where did this come from? But yeah, I was so angry. I was just like, so many things are going wrong today. But yeah, that's been my week. So I told myself, you know what? Let it go. Next week will be better. We will restart. I will have my week to myself. I will not interact with anyone. I will not be social for the weekend because I need to just recharge. I just want to be by myself and just do what I want to do, not interact, etc. So that's been my week. It's just been back to back bad thing after bad thing, you know? So you win some, you lose some. That is like your kind of week. Anyways. Also, Hans said when mapping goes wrong, it's horrible. I should actually update it right now. I keep forgetting. Update my damn Google Maps. Just do it right now. And I'm also like on 2 hours of sleep as well because of grading and preparing stuff. And it's just so ridiculous. Like, oh my god, my work only gives me 30 minutes to prepare for lessons, and I'm like, yeah, I need more hours than that. I have so much stuff to do. So yeah, I'm just like figuring how to do things, and I cannot find my Play Store. Okay, I found it. Okay. It's just, this week has just been taking a toll on me. I'm just exhausted. This week has been crazy. But yeah, thank goodness for my patience. Thank goodness for being surrounded by good colleagues who don't make me feel bad for like things that happened. I'm just like upset with myself, and I'm like, if I hear people say anything else, I would feel even more upset because I tend to amplify when things go wrong. So yeah, that's kind of my thing. It's like, I'm already upset, add on to it, and then I will be even 10 times more sad. Like, you can let me know, but after I'm in a good headspace, but not right now. I'm gonna update the Google Maps. Okay. Alright, I'm just updating Google Maps right now on my phone. So let's jump into today's session. That's enough ranting from my end. We are gonna be working on conversation practice. Hans, both you and I need to just get coffee after this. I'm gonna go make myself coffee. I do have some sweetener next to me. I bought some sugar. This is one of my favorite sugar. It's sugar. It's my favorite sweets. It's called vanilla merengue. I love people say meringues, people say merengue. I think my family says merengue with our accent from Filipino, I think. But I think in English it's meringue. But I love this. It's my favorite. I love that it's I like the crunchy texture, and I like the sweetness of it. It's not, some people will argue and say that, oh, this is too sweet. To me, it's like perfect. Like, it's not too sweet, not too overly dull either. So sometimes eating sweets in the morning will definitely help with your sugar and waking you up. I try not to eat too much sugar because my whole family's diabetic, so I'm pretty sure I'll be diabetic. And I eat anything sweet, like, or like I reduce my exposure to sweet food, um, only to like if I need it. And also lately, as an adult, I'm just like, I can't eat sweet like I used to. I can't eat sweets like I used to when I was younger because I can't tolerate it like I used to. And sorry, my mouth is just like blah today too. But yeah, I digress. We're gonna go straight into the conversation practice. Oh yeah, we have to catch up. There was this expression in phrasal verb that we didn't get to finish, and the word was stay up. And then we had to do describing people, which is what we learned from our grammar yesterday. So we are reviewing one of the phrasal verbs that we didn't get a chance to finish. And I remember I said it like a few streams ago. I was like, we didn't finish stay up. And this is perfect because it's applicable to what happened to me today, and also what it seems that it's also applicable to what happened to Hans today too. To sleep late. Stay up means to sleep late. Name a few reasons why you would stay up late rather than sleep early or on time. Okay, so I have my reason why I didn't sleep early last night. It's because I had to grade papers, and I also had to prepare materials for today's lessons too. So when I go to my job and do my usual teaching, tutor, support stuff, I have to prepare, like, we're playing a game today, and I'm trying to make sure that all of my classes do it. So as a result of that, I don't have time to, again, prepare stuff in the morning, because when I was cutting paper, for example, because I have to just cut paper and organize them, I timed it last night. It took me over an hour. I was like, Jesus, I have to make an hour of this. This is crazy. So upsetting. But yeah, my students will be like, they'll be reviewing their additions and subtraction methods. And that's just kind of wild to me because I just think, or has it always been, that math has been just showing different strategies to solve a problem? That's usually how it is, right? Because when I'm teaching now, it's just teaching different strategies to do math. And when I was younger, I was always taught the direct method, which is like write 1 plus 1, and then it's like over each other. It's just a very direct approach. And I was used to that method. So teaching different methods like drawing, I don't understand it. I guess if they're visual learners and they need that reference, okay, I understand. But for me, it's just like, I don't understand. Like, why can't it be just direct? But then again, that's just showing that from my time, it was easier for me to understand through that method and nothing else. But yeah, I digress. But yes, the reason why I stayed up last night is because I needed to prepare that. And I slept at 2:50 a.m., to be honest with you. I decided that I would sleep on this chair, so I fell asleep on this chair because I knew if I slept on my bed, I would oversleep and I would not wake up, not for this stream, and also not for work. So I know myself enough that, okay, I know where to sleep in case, stuff like this happens, because it does happen. So it was a great idea that I just slept on my chair today, just because I would be able to wake up an hour later. And honestly, I contemplated not sleeping because I was like, I'm gonna stream in an hour. Should I really sleep? Sleeping, even if it's just an hour or so, better than nothing. Better than nothing, because I could be even more tired when I'm driving on the freeway, let's say. Okay, so next question here. How often do you stay up? Always, often, usually, sometimes, never, etc. For me, I think my answer would be almost always or often. So I often stay up because of work preparations. So, like I mentioned to you guys, my schedule is pretty tight. Because of my job, I work 8 hours a day. So I'm thankful that I do have a full-time job for this rotation, because normally in this job, you don't get the full 8-hour opportunity. So I was fortunate to get that position so I can work 8 hours. And then I'm just like thinking I'm trying to like be more mindful in terms of my finances in that way too, because I'm like, yeah, I don't really usually get this much money during this time, but we are here. But anyways, I digress. And and I'm just trying to like appreciate the job that I have for now, because you know, after this, I don't know if I will stay with this job. I've just been on the fence, just thinking about it, because I don't know what I'm gonna do next. But anyways, I'm just like thinking to myself, okay, sorry, just processing because I'm just sleepy. But anyway, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. What I'm trying to say is that, because I work an 8-hour shift and also the commute is quite horrible for me, I tend to come home around 6 p.m. I have at least an hour or two to decompress. And if people don't know the word decompress, it means to just relax, which means that I will do something that will help me relax, like maybe eat my dinner, watch YouTube videos, watch a movie, etc. Anything to relax, because the drive home takes about an hour. And then I just need a break from just interactions and just doing work, you know? So by the time I'm done decompressing, I'm finished around 7 p.m. or most likely 8 o'clock p.m. So I usually start work around 8:30 p.m. So if I have extra work from work, that means I would be working from 8:30 up until 10 or 11 p.m. So I go to sleep around 11 or midnight, and then I would wake up again at 4 a.m. and then I'm here for this stream. But honestly, this week, I'm just gonna be honest, this whole week I haven't been waking up at 4 a.m. I've been waking up closer to 4:50 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. and then I'm just waking myself up for another 20 minutes and then I start moving. So yeah, this week has been really rough for me. That's why I'm hoping next week will be better. So yeah, how often do I stay up? It's because of that. And speaking of which, since I'm coming back to dance next week, I really need to test my limits in terms of how late can I stay out and dance. I'm trying to see if 10 o'clock would be reasonable, and then I would leave around 10 o'clock, go home, shower, and then sleep. But that's if I already established all of my streams for the week. So that's why I'm like planning things out in my head. I'm like, how early should I prepare all my stuff? But yeah. If I don't have time to do it, that's always the unfortunate part. It's just I lose my sleep because I stay up preparing for the next day. So like, for example, making these presentations on Canva, sometimes I'm able to make them ahead of time and I get to sleep in. So it's good for me. But there are days where I'm like, I feel too tired, I'm done editing Canva for today, so I leave work for myself the next day, you know? So handling this responsibly would mean I have to do it over the weekend and doing it ahead of time and doing my lesson plans ahead of time as well. So, and also things happen too. So let's say the conversation steers into something that you guys want to listen to something else or talk about something else, then I can always modify my stream and then I have to just fix something, you know, maybe last minute, etc. So that happens too. So it's all about just, I don't know, playing it by ear. But yeah, I can prepare so much, but at the end of the day, it's just like, play it by ear. We don't really know what happens on the day of. It can always change. But yeah, we're moving on to the next part here. We're segueing towards describing people. So remember, if you guys haven't watched the video, I would recommend you guys watch yesterday's grammar stream on adjective order. So we are going to practice using the adjective order in today's conversation practice. And it's just for the purpose of maintaining the formal grammar standards, whatever you want to call it. But this is just all to enhance improving your speech in terms of the formal way and remembering this when you take a formal test, you know? Because if you were to use this adjective order in just speaking alone, like informal and conversationally, then it's okay. Like, no one really cares about the order. But yeah, that's essentially what it is to it. So I just want to reinforce just teaching the formal way. So we are gonna start with describing your hair. You would say sentences like, I have ... my hair is ... So you have two ways of beginning the sentence. So I'm just showing a sentence frame here for you guys to begin. So for example, I have long, black, and then wavy hair. It's interesting because my hair looks straight, but I notice that if I don't comb my hair gets kind of wavy. So I do have a slight waviness to my hair. So that's how I would describe my hair. The other sentence I could use is, my hair is long, wavy. Okay, so this one's a kind of weird order. I would say color first. My hair is black, long, and wavy. So if you say I have, it's gonna follow the adjective order. But if I say my hair is, the noun is here. So I'm just like thinking my hair is long. Size, is that size? And then where is shape? I think shape would be this one. So my hair is long, wavy, and black. It feels a little awkward for me to say it in that way. I would tend to, like I mentioned what I said in yesterday's stream is that the tendency is that I want the color to be closest to the noun. And that's typically the case for me. So I would say, I have long, I have long, wavy, black hair, or my hair is black, wavy, and long, or my hair is black, long, and wavy. So notice like how I'm doing different frames for my words, and it's kind of like falling back to what Klein had said yesterday too. It's also like what sounds best to you, or what feels comfortable for you to say, because there's this like internal thing in my head where it feels like it sounds right to say it this way, and there are moments where I say certain things and I'm like, it feels weird to say it that way. And that could be because of pattern or exposure to how people usually say it. So that's typically why what happens is that when you are exposed to the way people say things, you kind of develop this pattern or system in your head where you can predict like what feels right to say something and what does not. And that's through overexposure of target languages or expressions that are being used. So that's what I'm kind of feeling, is that when I say the word my hair is black, long, and wavy, it sounds natural for me to say it that way. But if I say my hair is long, wavy, and black, it sounds kind of weird because I don't typically end the sentence with color at the end. Even though I'm following the adjective order, it just sounds really strange to me. Okay. So you guys go ahead and practice this at your own. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time, but I will be moving on since it's already 5:44 a.m. All right, the next one, we're looking at describe your appearance. I am ... and ... So remember, it says you have to say opinion first, then your size, your shape, your age, your color, and noun. So here, I'm just thinking, okay, the word is, for opinion, we have beautiful and handsome, for sure. So those are opinionated words. We have size up here, short, medium, height, tall, and we have age, young, middle-aged, and old. Notice that we don't say color here. We don't say color. So you don't say I'm yellow, or I'm black, or I'm white. It's kind of strange to say it that way, going based on race. We don't typically say that. So that's why if you're wondering where's color, it's because we don't say that. We don't say that stuff. It's weird. It's really weird. But I mean, if we were to identify ourselves, I would say I'm yellow because I identify as Asian. So, or brown. Brown could be also argued as Hispanic, Latino, but yellow's for Asians as far as I know. Filipinos are like the Hispanic Asians because if you guys know our history, the Hispanics invaded the Philippines, so we're the result of that. I'm the result of that. So it's like, am I yellow or am I brown? Maybe I'm both. But anyways, as you can see, we don't use color because that's just a little bit confusing, and I kind of feel like it's giving low-key discrimination. Not discrimination, but like race, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, let's not care about the color of our skin or our backgrounds. Just look at us as people, as is. Just leave it as that. But yeah, that's what I mean. So describe your appearance. I would say I'm gonna use the vocabulary here. So I am beautiful, comma, in terms of you're writing it, I am beautiful, comma, short, and I am not middle-aged. I am young, I suppose. I'm not too young anymore. I don't think so. I'm not that young. I'm like approaching 30 very soon, so I'm like, what am I? Am I approaching middle-aged? I think middle-aged would be like 50, right? Old would be beyond that. So I guess I'm like late adultish. I don't know. But that's where I am based on this vocabulary here. Of course, we can have different opinions instead of saying beautiful. So if you know any other words, you can say interesting, for example, or you can say wild, or you could say adventurous is also another opinion. So I could say also introverted, extroverted could be considered opinion too. So I am interesting, short, and in my late I don't know, in my late 20s, I guess. I don't know how to say it. I just think it's so funny because when you get to this age where you're like past your quarter of your life, which is 25, you're at this moment where you're like, am I old or am I young? Like, where am I? Where do I stand right now? That's where I am, and I'm like, oh god, I don't know where I stand. Am I old or am I not? My kids in school, they call me old. They're like, you're old. I'm like, wow, you guys are mean. Elementary school kids are really mean. They're very direct. They're so uncouth. My god, they're savages, I'm telling you. Anyways, moving on back to sentence frames. So we have pronoun has or have. So the earliest sentence we said was I have blank, right? So we could use that as an expression here. So I put the pronoun, and you can say he, she, it, I, you, we, etc. And then you know the conjugation here, has or have. Has is for singular, and have is for plural, and some exceptions. So the exceptions include I have, you have, and we have. We have is the only plural, so I and you are the exception rules because I have no idea why. I don't know why have is for I. You don't say I has. It sounds weird. There are people who have said that expression in informal English or through slang. I've heard people say I has a lot in slang. And they purposely do that to corrupt grammar. You know, again, I told you, grammar goes against the grain of whatever was created for the standard. So people make fun of it. That's just how people do it. So I have is the standard. You, in terms of English, is not distinguished between plural or singular. And it's because if I say you, am I talking to you, the person watching this, or am I talking to you as everyone who's watching this? We don't know who you is, you know? So it could be one person or it could be multiple, but it is treated as a plural. So you would say you have, etc. And then everything else is self-explanatory. Has works with it has, she has, he has, and we have, which I just said, we have. which is plural. But yeah, that's all I know in terms of that. So we just finished the pronouns and of has and have, so go ahead and try to describe yourself. That's your first practice. We did a little bit of that exercise in the last few slides, but try to think of other words. You can always look up words on Google if needed. Just practice describing yourself. And that's one of the best ways to get your practice in for adjective order, is just describing opinion that you have of yourself, size, shape, age, color. And I don't know why I put noun at the end. I just think this is just a reminder that these are all of the adjective orders, and then it ends with a noun. Okay. I'm also thinking of an answer to like give myself here, but I'm just like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I can't think of anything else. I'm just thinking, the first word that came to my head was I'm sleep deprived. And it's true. Oh god, I am sleep deprived. I can't think of anything else. But yeah, I'm just gonna skip myself because I already applied mine from the last session, the last slide, which I said I am beautiful, or oh wait, I can say I have beautiful eyes. Oh, okay, yeah, let's talk about features. So we're gonna go even more into it. So this is kind of tying into the previous lesson too, which is chapter 10. We're talking about certain body parts. I've always been told that my eyes stand out the most when people meet me. So if I'm to describe my eyes, I would say I have beautiful, I don't know what to call my eyes. Are they like just normal size shape? I don't know. Some people say I have big eyes, like they're bigger than average. I don't know. So I would say, I'm gonna try my best. So my opinion is I have beautiful, slightly bigger, almond-shaped, brown eyes. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a rare case that I used all 4 features here, but typically I would avoid saying the size of my eyes because we don't really know if there's an average size of eyes, so typically this would be dropped. So I'm just gonna go ahead and re-say it again without saying the size, because earlier I said slightly bigger size. I don't know, but I'm dropping that. We can say I have beautiful almond-shaped brown eyes, and that's going to be my answer for that. We talked about my hair already. We can talk about my face. We can skip opinion if needed. So I can say my size of my face. I kind of have a small face. I kind of do. So I have a small, round. My face is round, I think. I think that's what it looks like. Like I have a very roundish face. I have a small, round face. So that's 2. I have a small round face. And also it's important to know the shape of your face. I know a lot of people are like, I don't know the shape of my face. There are some pictures you can look up on Google, because a lot of artists use references for face shapes. And it helps to know your face shape, because if you're someone who wears glasses like me, or you wear, or actually in general, sunglasses too, if you know your face shape, you know what complements it. So for example, my face shape works with big glasses. It also works with square glasses too. And I actually own some triangular glasses that I bought from Downtown Disney when I went to the Dapper Day. So I noticed my face shape complements a lot of these glasses. But my face does not look good in like small round glasses, so I look really, really bad. Or it doesn't complement my face either, so it's also important to know. So that's why it's important to know your face shape. Yeah. Alright, next question. Describe your best friend. Okay, so I am gonna talk about maybe 1, 2, or 3 of my best friends. We'll see if I have time. I'm gonna talk about my best friend who I met when I was younger, my youngest. When I was very, very young, she was one of my earliest best friends. Let's see. My best friend is beautiful. We're about the same height, I think. So my best friend is beautiful. He's slightly taller than me. Let's see what else. It's really hard to think about it because it's like, where do I want to go in this direction? Like, do I want to talk about her personality? Do I want to talk about her body, her face, or whatever? Let me see. I'm thinking about it, that's why. I have my friend's picture up here actually, so I'm looking at her face. Alright, I'm gonna talk about when she smiles. Okay, so I'm gonna identify to narrow things down because the way that I'm struggling, I'm assuming you guys would probably struggle too. It's important to narrow down what are you trying to describe, or else you're gonna be a jumbled mess like I am right now. So I'm gonna talk about my best friend's smile. So my best friend, she has a beautiful, sweet, that's also opinion. I can't think of anything else. I'm giving too many opinions. I'm gonna keep saying like my best friend has a beautiful, sweet, and gentle smile. So see, all of these things I use are all opinions though, so that's a problem. So that means I have to narrow it down even more for this exercise. I'll just focus on her lips. My best friend has thin, size and shape. Let's see. Thin, small lips. Yeah. So my best friend has thin, small lips. Yeah, it just sounds really awkward to say it like that. I was also gonna throw in a color and I'm like, this sounds really weird. My best friend has thin, small, red lips. Okay, that's kind of doable. And that's okay. I think that's the best I can do in terms of describing her lips in that case. I have another bestie who's also in the same picture with us. I'm gonna talk about her hair here. So I'm gonna say my other best friend has short, curly, not curly, wavy. My best friend has short, wavy brown hair. There we go. That one is okay. This is such a struggle for me, like having only 2 hours or less than 2 hours of sleep and trying to think of narrowing down to like, what do I want to say about my best friend, etc. Alright, so we have finished this exercise here. We are going to move on to the next one. We have describe a loved one. So you can use any features, again, refer to chapter 10 in terms of using any, like, the body if needed. Just for extra practice for yourself to use adjective orders. To use the adjective order, but yeah. That was the alarm telling me that it's time for me to go. So I'll be leaving very soon. A loved one. This can be anyone, so it can be a person or it can also be like, I'm gonna choose my pet rabbit, Jack. So describe a loved one. Alright, so my rabbit has fluffy, or my rabbit has short, fluffy, white and brown fur. There we go. So we have our description for the rabbit's fur. Let me talk about his eyes. My rabbit has large, dark brown, large, round, dark brown eyes. It's a little bit easier with my rabbit than it is to describe my friends, apparently. So, sorry, besties, I'm sorry. But, yeah, Jack, I don't know where he went. Jack is probably in his little corner right now. I'm just looking for him. But yeah, that should be the end of today's session. And so sorry, I was just ranting most of the time in today's stream. I'm just so tired today. This whole week has been kind of wrong for me. Like, everything went wrong for me. But it's okay. I told myself, give myself grace. This was a rough week. The start of this week was already on a rough start to begin with, so it kind of set the tone that this week would be rough already, so it's eh. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions, feel free to leave it in this video. Just comment in the description below. And unfortunately, I apologize again as to what happened with Instagram. I'm gonna figure out what's wrong with it, and I might do a spontaneous stream over the weekend just to figure out what's happening. But we'll see. I don't know if I'm limited because I've had my videos taken down multiple times on Instagram already because of music claims. So I don't know if that's one of the reasons why I can't access my live stream, or if I should receive a notification on that, but yeah, it is what it is. I'll figure it out over the weekend when I have time. But yeah, that's it. Okay, so I go live on YouTube and Instagram. Once I fix Instagram next week, or this weekend, I will be streaming Monday through Thursday. I should have updated this starting next week. It's not Friday, Monday through Thursday. I'm also gonna update it on my Instagram and Discord so people will know that the times will be changing starting next week. I've been mentioning this for the last 3 weeks because I will be coming back to dance and exercising again. So here's to finally incorporating another passion of mine back into my life as a recharge station, and also exercising in another method of, you know, getting into shape as well. English for Everyone is still going to be the same. It's going to be every Tuesday at 8 o'clock p.m. PDT PST. That will not change. And if you want to join the Discord server, the link is in the description. So I hope to see you guys on Discord. I usually update Discord more religiously and actively than I do on Instagram. So again, I will always keep reinforcing, just check it out on Discord, join the Discord, because everything you need to know is there. And I always update Discord first before I update Instagram. So there's that. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to go and get ready. Wish me luck. I'm probably gonna come home and maybe get a nap in as soon as I hit the sack, or hit the bed, whatever expression. But yeah, I wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Drink some water, stay hydrated, drink coffee. Hans, if you're still there. I'm also gonna drink coffee today just so I can be alert for the rest of the day. And fingers crossed I'll be okay this whole day because I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. I'll see you guys on Monday. If you see me on stream in Instagram, just know I'm just testing and trying to figure out things. Other than that, see you guys then. And I'll see you on Monday. But if Monday doesn't work, I'll see you on Tuesday, okay? So Monday is tentative. That's just a reminder, because I don't know what time I'll be coming home on Sunday from tango practice. So yeah, that's something just to let you guys know. I don't know if I'll be on time. Just letting you guys know, that's just tentative for Monday, and then the week after, hopefully we'll establish whether I will be streaming on Monday or starting on Tuesday. So yeah. All right, see you then, guys. Bye.